Well, hey guys, I appreciate being here with you. I know you guys are having a great event up there this weekend, the men's mastermind event. I wish I could be there. I know it's going to be incredible. And I was honored and excited when Joe called and said, hey, would you do a couple of minutes on leadership? And I know that's what you guys are doing this weekend, and certainly some tremendous leaders in the room. So I was excited to do that. And so I want to spend about 4 or 5 minutes with you and just cover some things on leadership. And I know you guys are talking about building teams as well. And for me, it all starts with a mindset. You know, having the right mindset. Before you can lead, you have to follow. And it takes the right mindset to be able to do that. And in our business or any endeavor you're going to do, it starts with why. You know, why are we doing this? I know we're gathered today, or you guys are all there today, and this is around AdvoCare. It's around building a business. It's around a season of change for you, the things that you want to accomplish with your family. That is your purpose. I don't know your individual purposes, but I know this, that all of the energy, the focus, the discipline, the desire, all of those things come from the reason you're doing something, whether it be an athlete or whether it be building an AdvoCare. So that is your foundation. It takes a tremendous mindset. When you wake up in the morning, you know, nobody's going to be there maybe to encourage you, but it's that purpose and reason that drives you every day. And so it starts with that. Then we talk about mastering the fundamentals. In AdvoCare or anything, there are fundamentals to be successful. Long before I ever led anybody in AdvoCare, I had to understand how to retail product, how to sample product, how to talk to people I didn't know, things that I had to learn. And it takes time, trial, error, had to learn the right language that got results. So before you can lead, before you can build teams, you've got to master the fundamentals. If you're a football player, before we play on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we've got to master the fundamentals that it takes at my position to be successful. AdvoCare is no different. We call that our success system. We call it a plan of action, but those are fundamentals that people have to learn and master before we can take it to the next step. You've got to pay the price to learn, to understand, and then one day teach, which is what we do in AdvoCare. If you can work with a coach, that's even more powerful. You know, when you have a Joe Hadachek or a Todd Tryon or many other leaders that are in the room this weekend, if I had a chance to work with them and I was a new person, they're going to cut down the learning time in this business for me because they've mastered the fundamentals. They understand, they know how to teach. So if you have the opportunity, and that's where you are in your stage of growth, work with someone that's mastered that, you'll get it much quicker. Maybe you're at the point now where it's time for you to teach other people to do the same thing. Now you're in the team building phase of AdvoCare. I'll finish with this on the mindset. You have to own your thoughts. You have to own your actions. And ultimately, you've got to own your results. Whether that be a coach, a football coach, a baseball coach, or in AdvoCare. At the end of the day, I have to own the results. My thoughts lead to activity. It's what I do on a daily basis. And I'm going to generate results out of that, good or bad. And I have to own that. That's what you guys are there for this weekend. This is leadership. There's strength in the room, and it takes ownership for you guys to come out of there and realize I don't have any excuses. If I'm not good at this, I've got to work to get better at it. If I'm good at this, then I've got to work at being able to teach someone else how to be good at that. That's ownership. That's why you guys are there this weekend. That's what you're working on. Let me talk a little bit about teams. That's what I got excited about in AdvoCare. I understood that I couldn't take somebody where I haven't been. So I understood, like I said early on, mastering the fundamentals. That's like a guy that's in there lifting weights. Nobody's around. I mean, you're on the squat rack. You may be under the bench. You're doing the things that people don't like to do. That's hard sometimes. But you've got to master that to get the results you want. So same thing, when I started this, before I could build a team, I had to understand, you know, that part of it. So let me talk a little bit about the teams. What it takes to lead, what it takes to be a head coach and to attract and grow a team. You have to be knowledgeable and you have to be compelling. There's nothing like having a coach or being under a coach that knows what he's talking about. He's compelling because of the knowledge. When you pay the price to learn, now you become knowledgeable through practical application, and that becomes compelling. I think good coaches tell, great coaches show. when I coached wide receivers, it was important for me to be able to run the routes. Now, I can't run the routes anymore at 52 years old, but when I was in my 30s, I could run the routes. And you know what? They understood. They got it. I learned. I understood how to show them a route by running it, not just telling them. It's the same way here. I want to be able to show you how to do it. And so that's compelling when you're building a team. You've got to be able to paint a vision that other people can see themselves in. I've got to be able to paint a vision for a young man I'm coaching and say, you know what, you're doing this at 165 pounds, but let me tell you what you'll do at 195. Let me tell you what the results are going to look like for you on the field if you'll pay the price to put on the lean muscle to get to that size. Let me tell you what's going to happen to you on the field. AdvoCare is no different. When we're working with people, help paint a vision. Let me tell you what's going to feel like when you get your debt paid off. Let me tell you what it feels like to get to 3-star gold at a $40,000 a year position that we can do part-time. We don't have to quit a job to get there. We can build this part-time. Let me tell you what that feels like. And I'll tell my own story of what it felt like to be finally debt-free. That's painting a vision. That's teamwork. That's when you're starting to get a team to believe in what you're talking about. Install confidence in your plan. Donna and I have used the same plan of action for 20 years. Once we establish a purpose like we talked about early on, I can't lead anybody anywhere if they can't bring energy, focus, discipline, and desire. I can encourage till I'm blue in the face, but if they don't have the focus and the energy coming from their purpose, we're not going to get anywhere. It's like coaching an athlete that doesn't really know why they're playing. So once we establish that, our plan of action has been the same for 20 years. Because that's what you want to accomplish, get to advisor. Create a list. Now we're going to retail into that list of people. That's where the rubber meets the road in our business. And follow up. How fast can I sit down with the people you know the most? And then I'm going to plug you into AdvoCare so you understand what's going on. That's our simple plan of action. Now there are a lot of fundamentals that have to be done in that plan of action, but that's our plan. That's our playbook. And I've got to instill confidence that if you do these things and we work together, you're going to get results. That's the playbook. How would you like to coach a team that doesn't believe in the offense you're running? You're not going to get results. And there's teams like that. They don't really believe in the scheme. They don't believe in the defense that a coach has put out there. You're not going to win. AdvoCare is the same difference or the same way. Identify high potential leaders. When you're working with people in a plan and you're going through the fundamentals, you want to identify people that are high producers, people that have what it takes to be a head coach. Not everybody's going to be a head coach or wants to be a head coach. A lot of guys want to be position coaches. They're great coaching tight ends. They're great working with running backs. But if you go to offensive coordinator and to a head coach, there's a much broader understanding that has to take place. You guys are doing that in the room today. You want to do more than just be at silver. You want to do more than just be at 3-star gold. Well, guess what? To go from 3-star gold and beyond, you've got to be a head coach. You have to understand with a press box view of what's going on. I love football. I've talked about the press box view before. I've loved sitting up top and watch the defense on this end, the offense on this end, defensive backs here, linebackers here, receivers here, and having a press box view. It reminded me of AdvoCare. You've got people at different stages and different growth, and a head coach has got to be able to see all of that and understand how to help people where they are. So you've got to have confidence in the plan, identify potential leaders that you want to turn into a head coach that can go duplicate what you've taught them. Celebrate wins along the way. I know Joe and Gloria are huge at this. They celebrate people. You guys are being celebrated today in the room by being there with the mastermind. Men's mastermind conference is incredible. You're being rewarded and recognized for your achievements in the room. That's a great leader. That's a head coach. That's what Joe is. That's what you guys are being, you're seeing today. Reward and recognize on those little benchmarks along the way. Correct and redirect for maximum results. As a head coach, I've got to be able to correct somebody in process, redirect it for maximum results. I just got back from Philadelphia, and it's a young group up there. They're on fire, but guess what? There's things they don't know. And listen, remember this. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So there's things in their meetings that I had to correct and redirect, but understand that we're going to do this to get maximum results in AdvoCare, in your business. So as a head coach, as a team, as a leader, I've got to be able to do that and teach you how to redirect it and get maximum results. And then set the pace. I'll finish with this. I've gone over my time. But I think it's important for a team to have a leader that sets the pace. I didn't tell people how many people you should have at the meeting, or how many people did you retail this week, how many people did you recruit. Donna and I set the pace. Joe and Gloria set the pace. Todd and Wendy Tryon set the pace. They don't tell you how to do it. They show you how to do it. And I think that's important for you guys as you're in there today to own your thoughts, own your actions, own the results of your plan, and set the pace for your team. Joe, I appreciate being here. I wish I could be there with you guys, but I got to spend a little time with you anyway. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.